Everyone, it's the Man in Black here. I'm here with General Lotz, and we're going to play through of this Dungeons and Dragons arcade game we got a hold of called Tower of Doom. Now, it's my first experience with a Let's Play, but hopefully Lotz is a little more familiar with it than I am.
Oh no! It timed out, so we're playing as... I think,
Fighter and a Dwarf.
Wow, that's not generic. Now, I actually just discovered this randomly the other day. I mean, I had no idea it was actually... I'm literally just going to make a gibberish name of FFFFFFFFF.
I figure since I'm fighting alongside a dwarf, my name should be Legolas.
Which I guess is accurate. Oh, can I actually go back?
I think you can, but I'm not sure. Oh, yes, you went back.
Oh,
I guess that's what RB means. I don't know why.
I think it's supposed to be rub. I don't know why, though. G-I-M-L-I. I think that's how you spell that.
Yes, it is.
I could have used Go-Trek, but that doesn't exactly apply here.
Still not sure. What's that from again?
That's from Warhammer. And away we go. This is a really good-looking game for the time. This is from 1994, and uses the...
Oh, I seem to have forgotten the controls overnight.
They're slightly different, actually.
They are actually, yeah, because I know that was the melee button is changed to the ranged attack button.
I think the controls are a little bit better on the controller. I'm actually using the keyboard since we're not actually using it through any sort of LAN system. And so, since I have no real experience with D&D, like, what would be the funniest thing that's happened in the course of a game?
Well, there's the fact that in Lord Solar, every time we had a really good adventure combat mission, you and Opal were completely absent.
Maybe we should head to town. That'd be really boring. Yeah, let's go to the mountains. Well,
I think heading to the town just gives us a chance to buy supplies before we go on the mission.
Which you don't really need at this point.
Yeah, definitely not at this point. Better to save up the SP.
Why do you get a lantern? Oh yeah, because you're a Huey. I've got dark vision. Or is that infravision? I forget exactly.
Not sure if they have dark or low light vision in as a dwarf. I've never played as a dwarf in virtually anything. Yeah. Nothing against dwarves, it's just their combat style has never really appealed to me. They don't use a lot of magic and such.
Yeah, especially since all you can do is just use really close range combat. Now, I actually was going to play as a dwarf, if I remember correctly, in that one campaign you mentioned.
Yeah.
I was a dwarf for exactly 5 minutes and then decided to be something a little more entertaining. Because literally as a dwarf...
You were a parody of the Go-Trek character you referred to earlier, and that was about it.
Pretty much, and even then, with the whole random dice nature of the game, like, I'd go to hit somebody and miss, which is...
Well, as a level 1 character, that's going to happen more often than not.
Well, yeah. I can't imagine Go-Trek being a level 1 character. I'm literally just going to use this chest as a weapon. Really, the major downfall of the game is the fact that you have to pick up each piece of silver.
Yeah.
I can't actually take that in?
No, actually, the downfall to that is when you beat a boss, 1,000 gold and silver coins splatter on the floor, and you can only pick up one of them. Or, you can only pick up a few of them, and then you time out and it runs away.
Yeah,
just because you already beat the boss, it doesn't want to give you time to actually pick up all the stuff that you need to pick up.
Oh no, I don't have a joystick! That really does suck, I'd say.
However, in a multiplayer game, it's always worth it to stop and pick everything up before the other player does, so you can get the magic missile ring and the extra ammo and everything else.
Well, there is that.
Here's a question: if we're both playing,
oh, I think I hit you with the chest.
Do we have different keys to restart separately?
Yeah, we do.
Defeated the leader. I'm gonna reiterate this: the leader is a green guy with a big head.
In theory.
He's a Hulk enemy, not a Dungeons and Dragons enemy.
Did I level up? Yay!
I think I leveled up more than you.
That's not fair.
Unless I started off at a higher level.
Why do we have severed hands? That's just kind of disconcerting. I'm actually going to just buy a healing potion. And maybe... Oh, let's get some throwing hammers. And... Do I have enough for oil? No, I don't. This is actually a pretty advanced game for a side-scroller.
Yeah.
I mean, it actually has a store you can buy stuff
I mean,
from.
it would be nice if we had, you know, the different modes, and you know, like Turtles in Time, for example, has the, you know, there are some where it's the first-person view or other different things, but we have to click exit separately from each other.
Yeah.
She just said she's going on a date.
I think so.
We're under attack by monsters, but I'm going on a date. You can go out and fight them, but you can't buy any more supplies.
Is that really surprising? In every RPG ever, the townspeople don't really care about what's going on.
Yes, but most of them don't kick you out of the town to stop you buying supplies to save them so they can go on a date.
Well,
I think I just threw oil on you by accident.
No, I accidentally did. I was actually trying to change my ranged weapons and...
Oh, because I was facing you, I accidentally hit the range button instead of the attack button. Next thing I knew, you were on fire.
No, I was dumb. My dwarf doesn't have high intelligence, so he literally just set himself on fire. Get the jewel. Loot is more important than fighting. Would you get him already? The one problem with that.
I hit him.
Really?
Let me switch my ranged weapon for the time being.
So more like a chaotic neutral then. You're a moan from the thickets. That doesn't sound good.
That sounds like the prologue to Phantasm.
I don't even want to know what just happened there. Don't ask
He asked what happened here.
Hunting a beast, we're attacked by it, but now I'm attacking the fort itself. One knoll is going to attack.
Don't ask them to send help. Don't be a pussy.
Maybe I should. I mean, they wouldn't even let us buy stuff from the store because they the shopkeeper was going on a date. Why should we care? Set some traps. We're gonna watch out for them. And somehow talking about traps excites both of these guys.
Oops.
Jagger. Smash the ale. So does this actually keep
this
with...
jump button now? Yes.
So does this actually keep with D&D canon at all?
Not sure what you would consider to be D&D canon because there's so many different D&D settings. The dwarf does act like a look and behave like a dwarven barbarian or a dwarven fighter would. The human fighter acts like a human fighter or a human barbarian would.
That's not really hard to do, though. I mean,
yeah,
every generic fantasy would have.
Well, most generic fantasy games are based on D&D.
Which would make sense if it's such a prolific fantasy setting.
Like D&D basically took Lord of the Rings and made it into something you could make more things out of.
Exactly. What's actually kind of annoying slash, I guess fitting. Warhammer is a complete ripoff of D&D. I mean, a complete ripoff. I mean, even the trolls in Warhammer have to be killed with fire. The dwarves act exactly the same.
That's just interesting because now I think about it, that doesn't match Tolkien or original mythology.
It doesn't?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't remember. I mean, we just watched The Hobbit recently, and they were just, they were regular, turn them to stone trolls. Maybe, I think the fire was probably added in so you didn't have to wait until sunrise to kill them. But in in Fellowship of the Ring, he killed a sword. He killed a troll with a sword.
Well,
the one with the shadow is the only one who can hurt if you missed the instruction there.
This is a really
Oh wait,
cheap
let me
boss.
switch to healing.
That's really epic, but unfortunately, look at how little health you're getting back.
Yeah, for real.
That's just horrible.
Oh, you knocked him down before, while I was attacking. That sucks. Oh, good, I hit him.
I think that did more damage than their healing actually healed. Throw hammers and don't let it actually hit the enemy.
The only thing with hammers is you have a finite amount as compared to melee attacks.
Well, yeah.
You don't get your ammo back in this game.
You just can't reach over and pick up the hammer because as soon as you throw it, it just...
Watch out for that fire.
I almost set myself back on fire.
I'm gonna wait till he comes out where I can see him.
That's the one problem with these side-scrolling games. You always have to wait for them to get back onto the screen.
Yeah, there's a few of these bosses really cheat.
And we're back!
And I missed.
Yeah, sticky keys. I should probably permanently disable that. But oh well. And
so, I can't hear the in-game audio. Has your character or anybody been yelling "Smart Bomb"?
Yeah, a couple times. I think he'll probably say that in about 2 seconds when I chuck the oil. Actually, didn't say it. He has said it a couple of times, but not recently. I don't know why they'd say Smart Bomb in this game. So what are these things supposed to even be?
It's a displacer beast. I'm not sure the details. I know they're generally used as a really cool-looking enemy in video games. I also think it's supposed to be a xenomorph based on its fighting style. It uses its tail like the second mouth.
It really does. I mean, but I closer inspection, this is some sort of panther kind of thing with plant bits growing out of its back.
And you did mention it's apparently based on the same fighting engine as AVP.
So I guess it would make sense to have the same kind of grab whatever that thing is. I didn't get it. I didn't get anything. Wow, that was a very fantastical flourish right there. Stranger comes to begins to talk. My Lord Corin Linton, master of the city of Athenos, wishes to speak with you. He would have you come to the city of Athenos to meet him. Yay? Now where the other characters go while we're out fighting, I have no idea. Maybe
They chill at the inn.
I guess. Lazy bastards. I will take more oil. This is actually really good.
Oh, I can no longer afford the healing, so I can only afford oil.
And of course the healing potions always
I guess I'm gonna have to use another quarter.
Oh well. This adventurer saved one of the Lord's caravans. I doubt it. Hey, screw you! Oh, so you're here, so adventures. Well, guess what? We're not gonna tell you. You doubted us. So screw you. The steel. I don't remember this part when you played through this game.
No, I don't.
Boards in the abyss. We're surrounded. That's where the swamp is.
Oh, you know, yeah, I do know. You know what? This reminds me of the pirate scene in Turtles in Time. They fought some kind of odd pirates or whatever.
One thing that's kind of weird is there's no sound whatsoever. I think the game's sound broke for whatever reason. Or it could be that I accidentally turned the volume down on my headset, which makes no sense, since it literally hasn't moved. I haven't actually played Turtles in Time in a very long time.
Yeah, I haven't played it since I got rid of our SNES in about 2003 or so. Or 2004 maybe. Whenever we got the PS2.
That's actually when I rebought one again after mine just disappeared for no reason. I don't know how no one's actually heard of this game, because this is actually a pretty well-made game, I'd have to say.
What would you say is your favorite beat 'em up?
AVP. It still would have to be. Just because of the story, the gameplay.
Oh, so different AVP than the one I'm thinking of off the top of my head.
Yeah, the arcade version, not the SNES version.
Because the SNES, that was probably the SNES game that I played the most in middle school. Was AVP.
I would actually have given that a higher review, but when I actually was playing it for the actual review, it just, after playing the arcade version, it just did not. Somebody just said Smart Bomb. I don't know why, because I didn't throw anything. That's just the dwarf's catchphrase. Smart bomb. He just said it again! I don't know why he's saying it! He's not throwing anything!
The dwarf is secretly War Machine from Marvel vs. Capcom.
I guess. I don't know how he grew so tall, I don't know. Get up already!
Why do I have a headache now?
I don't know. Just getting tired of hearing Smart Bomb over and over again.
Why am I standing there with an exclamation mark over my head and ignoring the loot? Is that a healing potion?
Yeah, it is. Oh, get the ring of magic missile.
Get it? Thank you, game.
Oh, really? Did I just
it didn't heal anything, or not much.
You know what heals in this game? Quarters. That's what heals.
It's true.
It actually does. It gives you more arrows. Just watch.
It does, yeah. When you die, like if you run out of all ranged weapons when you die, you come back with what, 3 arrows, 3 daggers, and oil. Or at least that's what the dwarf gets.
Exactly. So I still have my 3 daggers, and I got a ring of magic missile that actually is somewhat oil. I succeeded
You're setting me on fire.
Oh damn, I died. Yeah, see, I still
you get for setting me on fire and then attempting to do so again.
I'm just gonna stick with the hammers. Friendly fire is possible.
Well, considering you can set yourself on fire with poorly placed oil.
But yeah, after playing
I can't hurt you with a dagger, but since you can set yourself on fire, you can set your ally on fire as well.
Which makes sense just because of programming. But going to the SNES version from the arcade version of AVP, it's really hard because it's such a... I think AVP on the SNES is just kind of a really slow game compared... Well, it looked like you just drugged me along while I was dazed.
Oh, the troll.
It's kind of like... It's the troll leader. It's not just a troll. It's a slightly smarter
if
troll.
I burn him...
Well,
or I burn myself. But if I burn him, I do not get that whole trolls must be burnt success. Although he gets on fire. But no different than any other boss.
It's gameplay story segregation. Come on, burn him! Yay, got him!
Oh, I guess I shouldn't do that while he's already on fire.
Come on, jump forward. And oh, of course it goes out just as it. What?
I'm out of oil.
I've got 1 left.
It's a chest.
And I set you on fire. And I died.
Loot.
Come on. More quarters. And I missed every shot. It's kind of hard to be on the same actual.
What I've noticed is in most beat-em-ups, jump attacks are the most effective way to deal with people. I don't get that impression from this game. Like, no. they definitely are useful against some bosses, but outside of that, they don't seem to be all that good.
No, not really. And of course he gets back up because trolls can regenerate.
It's like, in Turtles in Time, pretty much everything I did was a jump attack. Especially if I was not playing Donatello. Or if I wasn't grappling, because grappling can kill like 6 foot meters at once.
Yeah, I do remember grappling being really, really effective. You defeat the troll again. Which one I bet he gets back up and attacks. You defeat him again.
No, this is the first time we killed him. We didn't kill him the second time yet.
And somehow that doesn't.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is the second time.
Don't you know you have to burn a troll to finish it off?
We burned a troll. Many times.
I mainly just block trolls, but anyway.
Or, you know, you could shine a UV light on him.
George, how did you get a magical Why am I only level 9?
I think you started at a lower level than me because this game you didn't die as much as you did the first time we recorded, and you still are a level behind me. So I think I started off one level higher than you because I was player 1.
Okay. Well, I did.
I'm gonna say we'll do our best. We're not Boy Scouts.
I guess. And they all just decided to yell for some reason. Discover the weapon is indeed magical and increase your attack, apparently. More oil.
These healing potions are rather ineffectual, sold out.
What do they sell out? What do they only buy like 2?
We're out of medicine. Pharmacy is out of medicine.
Why not get... I'm just gonna sell all, get rid of all my gold. I'm just gonna splurge. Acid breath, it'll dissolve anything it touches. Now you were telling me yesterday while you were playing this...
Space Marines.
You never know, sort of like a fantasy space marine? But you were telling me yesterday that you don't actually fight any dragons in Dungeons & Dragons.
It depends on the dungeon master. Spoonie did a vlog pretty much explaining why you shouldn't, because if you're fighting something with the abilities and intelligence of a dragon, it would pretty much take an army to have a chance against an actual dragon. A lot of DMs will be like, oh, my players want to fight a dragon, so I'll leave a baby dragon lost without its mother in the middle of nowhere for them to randomly walk up on and murder. Which is really animal abuse. But I mean, look at this dragon. This dragon is not flying very far. It's not using half of its attacks. It's very small and has very low HP for a dragon.
It really is.
And it's kicking our ass pretty much. Can I use a range? I can't use a ranged attack in the air. And I have no hammers. Probably be the most effective thing against it.
One.
And now I'm going to die, so I can at least nail it better.
And my guy's still just shouting out Smart Bomb over and over again. Come on. Smack him.
By the abyss.
Kinda wish I could kill you that way.
Well, the horrible black dragon. It's not just a regular black dragon, it's a horrible one.
That's racist.
Well... I'm still a level behind, damn it!
You're gonna stay that way, I think. I'm not even sure if the XP is based on anything. Because even when you kill more than me, we both level up the same amount.
Well, it's got these monsters to fight together rather than against each other and find the puppet master.
Which is interesting because we're not allowed to heal one another.
Hmm.
Or give each other gold or weapons or anything.
3 more areas, and watching things may appear.
I think we can only go to one of the 3 though.
Probably. Caverns. Abandoned mine. It's basically all the same place, more or less. It's underground. How about one from random?
One's at the outskirts of town, one's at the edge of town, and one's apparently not in town.
We're going to the old well. Lassie decided
Call
not to show
Lassie,
up.
yes! I was about to say that.
Lassie just didn't decide to show up this time. Sort it out yourself.
I'm out of silver.
When will these tragedies come to an end? Because let me think about, like...
Speaking of turtles in time, this is a very Turtles level.
Yeah. Probably shouldn't have done the...
Or a very Mega Man level. Do we have to fight these fucks?
I think so.
Fuck that noise.
Fast flying bugs are some of the most annoying enemies of all time.
For real, someone get Mega Man to deal with these, please? I'm gonna try and go here.
Just leave me behind. Split the party, no!
Splitting the party means leaving the flying, annoying fucks behind. No bullet bills for me.
Oh no, how did
Do you think oil would work here any better than it did in the swamp?
Let's
I don't
see.
think. Well, this recording we didn't see it in the swamp. Last time I played, I threw it in the swamp and it immediately sank without any form of fire whatsoever.
Oh no, it's good.
What happened? It just flew. It pushed it towards you.
Yeah.
Let me try.
Really?
That's awesome. Oh, I guess that makes sense because then why didn't it do that in the swamp? If the I understand water wouldn't put out a grease fire, so that makes sense. So why did water put out a grease fire in a swamp?
Maybe it's magical swamp water because it's a dragon swamp.
Which would mean it has acid breath in it.
Maybe. Well, what the hell?
I apparently just opened a door.
That's awesome. Oh no,
That's awesome.
Yeah. Arrows too? Really?
All of these treasure rooms are trapped. Indiana Jones style. So you just keep defending me while I pick up the loot. Now we run, or
Yeah, I
we
guess
continue
it
and
was
then
loosely.
run. If we both die at the same time, do we still get the chance to continue?
I'm not sure. He's just waiting out here patiently for us to show back up.
God damn it, Proto Navi. That's my name for the annoying go, go, go fairy who will tell you to go even when you're busy with the middle of an ambush.
Exactly.
I don't know what ranged weapons can hit multiple enemies. Or is oil the only one?
I think it's only oil.
Can a hammer hit multiple? Have you checked?
Oh, let's see. With my hammer. No, I think it's only one. And wow, I just set myself on fire twice. Of course it defaults to the oil.
No one ever said you were smart.
Well, I am playing a dwarf after all.
Well, snap.
What? Snapping.
Now is about the part where fans on YouTube will point out that I said calling Black Dragon racist was horrible, but I didn't say anything about your racist comment against dwarves.
Well, the dwarves can handle it. They've been through worse. At least I didn't call them stunties. Oh! Recently, the Man in Black and I actually watched Hobbit with Mizio, and honestly, I didn't like it that much.
Are we doing a vlog on that?
No, just discussing a little bit about it.
I figure we should, because I think there are some things that'll be worth discussing about both that and the trilogy and the reasons for some of the issues. Like, I really think the biggest downside to both The Hobbit and the trilogy is that Peter Jackson was such a fan that he couldn't cut anything out. Like, he just... And I mean, and I've had the same problem in my own writing, which is why I identified it. He just couldn't figure out, you know, this is something that the average reader or the average viewer might not appreciate as much. Like, when you got... Like, I kind of realized that... Well, partially because I just watched Nostalgia Chick's review of The Two Towers, and partially just I was sitting there like, you guys were complaining like, you know, this scene is dragging on, and I'm like, of course it's dragging on. You know, it's the dialogue, or, you know, this is what's happening, it's kind of setting up the scene, but like, they could have made certain things happen a lot faster.
They really could have, because there's a scene in The Hobbit, at least, where literally it's just Gandalf and Saruman talking, and it's just so...
And that's, yeah, I'm kind of the impression of that movie that too many subplots spoil the story. I might be mixing metaphors there, but it really is. I really think sticking to the book, I mean, he added things to kind of make it a better prequel, because The Hobbit wasn't written as a prequel, it was written as a standalone book, and then he wrote the trilogy after the fact. He might have had ideas for the trilogy, but it wasn't written yet. And he added in the Sauron stuff, he added in the Seventh Doctor, you know, he added in a few things, and it works better as a prequel, but considering he kept the childish tone of certain scenes and others, it doesn't work as well. I mean, if I had made up my mind before we started to like the movie. I'd pretty much come with the impression that this is a movie I was going to like, and if I was watching it alone, I probably could have kept that. But I don't know if you guys had made any judgment before the movie or not. But it all, I mean, that's kind of the thing that depends on what the audience that you're with.
Well, I thought I'd actually like it because I saw the trailer and I really like the trailer, but unfortunately...
So would you say if it had begun differently, what I tend to notice is a lot of the time something will set a I never judge a movie as early as you guys were saying you hated it, and I'm kind of wondering if the poor first impression affected, you know, your thoughts of what happened later. Like, you guys are complaining about the Gollum scene taking too long. That's generally the most popular scene in the movie that everyone I've ever heard of loves. I'm kind of wondering if your complaints about the slow pace of the dwarves and everything else affected your opinion of that scene.
I don't know if that was really the case. My main problem with the Gollum scene was even if it had been really entertaining, which to me it wasn't, it just
See,
focused...
I was trying to figure out the riddles as they were doing it, because I hadn't read the book in over 10 years. So I was trying to figure out the riddles as they were saying them.
Well, I do understand that the main draw of that scene was the whole riddles, and that's like one of the most famous.
Well, that and that Bilbo is inches away from being murdered by this creature that we don't really, well, as of the book, we don't really see him. It's just a creature that lives in the cave, has lived there for a long time, and we see eating an orc or a goblin, I guess.
But I mean, I just couldn't really get into that scene. It was entertaining enough, but eventually they could have really cut it down, I thought. It's coming back to life.
I mean, it's like a large part of that scene was the suspense. You know, they were trying to make it very creepy and atmospheric. So if they cut it down and made it faster, it would have hurt that aspect of it.
Which makes sense, I suppose. And as you can see, the troll just walked off. He knew he was beaten, and so he just decided to be fair.
What's in here? Can't go there. Going left is a major no in.
Exactly. Left is heretical. I think my main complaint, and I think it's been a complaint I've had for a while with the whole Lord of the Rings series in general, is sweeping vistas.
I thought that was like you were saying that like it was a positive when we watched it. That's why I kept thinking, all right, hey, you could give a speech about them. Yeah, that's right, because you were talking mainly in favor of them.
Well, it's still a complaint though, because there's just too many of them.
There are a lot of them, and that was also an issue that I had with the Harry Potter films. I can see why they're there. They set the fantasy tone and everything. They give it, but they also drag the movie on past the point where the average moviegoer is interested in keeping watching it.
Exactly.
If you cut them all out and just framed the movie a little differently, or if you changed the score so that they were a little shorter, then yeah, poison gas trapped in a box.
Because that makes sense.
I guess it's no worse than an avalanche trapped in a box. But if you framed those a little differently, you could have probably cut 20 minutes out of the runtime of the film just from that. And it wouldn't have been as atmospheric, but it would have been atmospheric enough.
Exactly.
But that's also the only reason I think audiences can tolerate how long Lord of the Rings is because so much of it is those atmospheric shots.
Sweeping vistas.
And if the Lord of the Rings films do one thing right, it's setting an epic fantasy atmosphere.
Yeah.
Which I think that was actually probably my main complaint, is that when you got to the Two Towers and Return of the King, it was too epic and you couldn't really tell, who everyone was because there was so many hordes of characters.
It was that, and it's just eventually you get burned out with the whole thing. It just goes on so long. And I got none of the loot. I was able to pick up exactly 2 silver. That's why I've only got 140 silver, and you've got 1,000.
36. Very
That's
nice.
just horrible. I never even actually finished Return of the King. It just was such... Ow.
It's like back to like the early even if I think a movie's bad, I will try and not think that fact until we get to at least halfway through. I think the only film that I ever decided early on that I could not stand was Apollo 18. And by the time I'd been in that theater 15 minutes, I was regretting paying for my ticket and seriously considering walking out.
But see, that's the thing. I kind of like that movie. I haven't seen it since it came out, but I just put in about 8,000 quarters. I still kind of like it.
I put in 9. It just kept the rest of them.
Huh?
You can only put in 9 quarters. It just kept the rest.
Wow. You just ate my money then. But what exactly was so wrong with Apollo 18? Because I know you've done a text review of it, but I just...
there was no positives in it whatsoever. It wasn't entertaining, it wasn't creepy, it wasn't interesting, it wasn't visually interesting, it wasn't interesting from a storytelling perspective. was found footage. It had virtually no sound.
So basically, it was just complete crap then.
Yeah. It was the second film I ever gave a 1 out of 10 to. And the reason I wrote an article defining what I consider 1 out of 10 to mean.
And so they call this a shadow elf when clear as a dark elf. And why is he licking his sword? That is a very bad image.
That's a psychotic thing to do, and so he's evil, clearly. And I love the way he gives this monologue, you know, this, "It's not over yet, you haven't begun to see the full force of my power," at which they cheer. Yeah!
I know. Like, yeah! Why?
Okay. Clearly, your class is higher constitution than mine because you gain 1 more HP than I do per level.
Yay! I'm gonna spend...
Oh, I have maximum oil, so I guess I'll get some arrows.
Might as well buy something. You've got thousands of gold.
Yeah, I'll just max out everything. Everything's maxed out. I have 234 left.
Bah.
It would be nice if we could buy like some special equipment or a bag of holding or something.
Yeah, that would be nice. Black Tower that rose from the mountain. If you go there, you better watch out. No one's ever returned from there. Sable Tower? Ah, one of our patrols reported seeing a huge black tower rise near some old ruins in the Broken Lands. At first we thought him mad, but now...
What does that remind me of? A tower just coming out
Tower
of
lies to the north. The nearest friendly town is Fort Runnels. You decide to head to Fort for more information. And so, of course, we have to fight our way there.
We hear moaning in the thickets. Oh.
Now we get whatever that thing is.
A Trollicore? Griffith Troll? Oh, it's a Manticore.
Really? I'm gonna miss every...
I'm trying to think of what... Yeah, I actually haven't dealt with Manticores all that much, so sure, let's go with that.
They're very rare amongst magical creatures.
Of course, all magical creatures are supposed to be rare, but you know, when you fight dozens of them in a game, their rarity is
kind of diminished.
Their rarity, not their ponies that kind of choose. But yeah, their rareness seems greatly exaggerated when you're an adventurer who, you know, fights dozens of displacer beasts at once.
Exactly. Why can't I hit this guy?
And hellhounds and all that shit. Actually, we haven't fought hellhounds since we've been in this playthrough, have we?
No, not yet.
Like when I was playing alone, you remember how I kept having to deal with all these hellhounds?
Yeah.
We're on what, the last dungeon or close, or the second to last or something, and we haven't fought a hellhound yet.
No.
And that was my main issue, was dealing with the hellhounds, because you couldn't burn them with oil and they kept setting me on fire. Manticore's using bows?
Maybe, or maybe it's just sort of
spitting teeth at you?
I think so.
Might as well use some of my maxed out ranged weapons on it.
Yeah, that might help.
Smart bomb.
He hasn't said that in a while. Although your guy keeps saying "by the abyss" constantly.
It's funny because I don't use any sort of magic.
And Well,
Death by dwarven suicide.
Well, I got him.
I thought emo dwarves drink the pain. Now watch. Oh, is it gonna happen? Is it not going to?
Yeah, it did.
It did happen.
You can't get the gold.
We just start picking it up and then we run away.
Loot. Why would we want loot?
I think with 2 of us, we might have had enough time to get it all up.
You would think. You can follow the long path around the mountain. You can go through the mountain using the old
okay, so
dwarven
we're like
tunnels.
on the 3rd to last dungeon then.
It is Great Red Dragon Flame Wing. Rest, restore spells and vitality, and then go battle the dragon. Let's rest, shall we? Are you sure? No one has so much as the dragon. Definitely.
Oh, that's right. That's what. Okay, that's why I didn't fight the dragon last time. I took the long path, thinking that it would immediately.
Well, absolutely, we could do this.
It's like that scene in The Hobbit where he just kept explaining, using different synonyms for "he will burn you" until Bilbo passed out. Which is, yeah, that's something that could have been. This is a perfect example. It could have been cut down and still had the same effect. It got really frustrating the third time he said something.
Exactly. Wow, we both died instantly. Which I guess is the whole idea, isn't it? When it comes to actually fighting a legitimate dragon.
Yeah, so this kind of proves my point from earlier.
Yeah, because we're getting our asses kicked.
Their fire breath attack is essentially just dropping a nuke into a fantasy setting. And nobody has a refrigerator.
No. Although, would Mr. Freeze be able to take out a dragon with a freeze gun?
In my experience with fantasy, ice is weak against fire.
Oh, yeah. Aquaman? With water?
Aquaman doesn't shoot water, he just lives in it. So it would depend on how powerful the dragon was. But if you've ever researched nukes and seen them, drop them into a lake and see how much water is actually left.
But the dragon just talk to us?
So this is basically just a way for them to get all your quarters.
Basically.
Because every time he uses that attack, you put on the quarter.
Yeah, basically. You beat him. You beat the dragon by throwing quarters at
We
him.
haven't seen his health bar. We even know if we're hitting him.
I'm not. Oh, really? I think. Well, it said that we've lasted this far, so maybe we're doing some damage.
Unless that's the point, they don't want us to know how much damage. So yeah, imagine if this dragon was actually flying and going out of range to where we couldn't hurt it.
Well,
And it only came back to use that fire attack. That's kind of what a smart dragon would do in D&D.
Well, at least the health.
Are we supposed to be attacking the hands instead of the head? Because that's when the bar shows up.
Maybe we are just supposed to attack the hands.
So of course, it's the fireball spell instead of breathing.
Oh, I'd like to know how many quarters we're using right now. Oh, really? He's just going to use a crush attack? I guess with the size of this dragon, he could just crush us with his body. This is just button mashing at its finest. I think we can attack the head because I just hit it and it did a lot of damage.
It'd be nice if we could use ranged attacks while we're jumping.
Yeah, but then that would mean
or if there was a spell like Ultimate that we could use.
I have a perfect spell. You know what it is? Quarters. That's the spell.
Yes, because that is a great way to. If we could throw dragon quarters in that would kill the dragon, that would be amazing.
That's a big ass dragon. After a fierce quarter field.
I guess that explains why they asked so many times. Because they're like, yeah, it's going to cost you $2 just to fight the dragon.
The great dragon slayers.
The black dragon couldn't give a fuck about.
I know. I mean, that was just.
The red dragon is like the most epic thing in the world.
We get free stuff. I guess that black. I guess the black dragon was just that infant dragon that was just left on the side of the road.
Yeah. Can we pick this chest up?
No, because it's locked, and therefore.
No, but I tried to pick it up instead of opening it, but it was too heavy. I can't chuck it at somebody and have it open and spill gems and shit. This is all our reward. Oh, this is the dragon's horde.
Yeah. Oh, I got the I'm now
resistant to flame, so maybe we'll fight some hellhounds.
Playing with the keyboard is not
Which
easy.
is good because you're the one who sets yourself on fire the most.
I know.
So, how about you go first when hellhounds are around? Or are we both resistant to flame? We're both purple now.
I'm not sure, honestly.
Oh,
here's the hellhounds. Well, I'm resistant to flame only so much. I still get set on fire with unfortunate regularity.
your lot in life.
I guess. Maybe it's from the dwarf drinking so much ale it's all soaked into his beard.
You're a messy drinker.
Come on, come on. Oh, really? It was literally biting my... Never mind.
I'm also on fire.
These are literally some of the cheapest enemies.
What's the joystick on the keyboard?
Joystick on the keyboard are the arrow keys.
Ah. You just wiggle the arrow key.
Exactly. Well, you just press the left and right at the same time.
Pretty sure I'm stealing all of your loot.
It looks like
I
it.
have 2550 and you have 500. That's ridiculous. Now I'm on fire.
That's
Oh no, I have 255. Never mind.
Oh, for once, I have more.
I thought I had 2550. I was like, wow.
And you guys just said by the abyss again.
Can the swamps please go away?
I think we're pretty close to finishing the game.
We're not far off.
And I just said smart bomb again. I think my biggest complaint for The Hobbit, going back to that, is Gandalf. Gandalf was really good in the movie, but he is basically just a walking Deus Ex Machina now. He exists in the movie.
Yeah, there's a reason why he was mostly absent in Lord of the Rings. And Lord of the Rings was, yeah, Tolkien wrote that a little better there because he was a little bit more realized, oh yeah, we can't really have Gandalf around. It's like Gandalf was a cool character to introduce. I also mentioned this while we were watching the movie. The biggest overt display of his power that we actually see in any of the 4 movies so far is him breaking a rock, because you're not supposed to know what he can or cannot do. Really, Gandalf's entire power is a mystery.
Exactly, and it really needs to be, since Gandalf is not just a basic wizard. He's wow. Are we always gonna get set on fire?
Well, I think that's more the point that he is a basic wizard. He's your basic black mage as far as I haven't seen him do any healing spells or anything like that.
But still, he's a basically some sort of angelic life form.
Well, that's what all 5 wizards are in this universe.
Which is kind of different from other fantasy settings where anybody can really be a wizard.
And Saruman, Christopher Lee, did imply in this movie that a human could learn magic. Sorry, I didn't mean to go through that door.
My boots of speed have been damaged.
I hope you can take them all on at once.
I'll take them all on. I'm a dwarf.
If you die, will you respawn with me, or what will happen?
I'm not sure. Never tell a dwarf the odds.
Because he won't understand them.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't count. Really? What? With some oil? That is not a smart bomb!
Neither is that.
What the hell? I don't even know what that was.
That was Cure Light Wounds.
Oh, well, it certainly... What did it do? Close up a scratch?
Pretty much.
Got a broken skull, 2 broke legs, but now I'm not as scratched up.
It created a bandage.
But no Neospore.
You can join me now.
Come on, I want to kill him. Yay!
And Proto Navi wants you to go ahead without me, because she's a dick.
Oh yeah, this is the one where you kept dropping scorpions.
Yeah. Should we show them? I guess you chose to show them.
Yeah, except they're not scorpions, not the scorpions.
Because our character is so smart that if it gets too close to the chain, it didn't pull it. What the hell? The scorpions just sit on fire. Have you ever met suicide bomb scorpions?
No, but that's not. It wasn't really
Why
useful.
is this freaking jump and crouch buttons the same? This frustrates me.
Get the
We
silver.
have this loot to wait for us.
Hey, you found opal.
What happened?
No, it's
we picked it. We found an opal.
Yeah. What's she doing in this game? This is It just looks funny though, reaching down and picking up stuff.
That's what people do when they want to pick stuff up.
I know, but it's just you're crouch walking. Oh, it's more. It's so overblown, the reaction. Oh. Whoa, holy that actually worked.
And of course, just as I'm about to get to my ring of cure serious wounds, I die.
Well, only requires
LB.
one more quarter. And I don't.
Oh, lightning bolt. Good to know that hellhounds, which are immune to fire in this game. I don't know if that's setting or not. Where the hell am I? Oh.
That's the problem with beat 'em ups at times. You forget where you are or even who you are.
Sometimes you just have to jump and button mash until you see yourself.
Exactly. This is definitely a game that you'd want to use a controller with because my hand is starting to really hurt.
Did we go through that door?
I don't think so.
Probably has a treasure chest in the trap.
That's a locked chest. Or not. It's empty.
Didn't something just fly out of it though?
It looked
Didn't
like
the green orb come out of that?
Yeah.
I think your dude is just lying to me about it being empty, and you just picked up a source of mysterious power, the Mirari or something.
Possibly. More
I want the
chest.
big one. Okay, fine. God damn it!
Oh, pick it up! Pick it up!
I get a protection ring. And you got gauntlets of ogre power.
Exactly. Gauntlets of overpower, more like.
So now you're more barbarian-y and I'm more fightery.
More fightery?
More fightery. Kind of like being more spidery, except without sense. Stuff.
Or something along those lines.
Agility and red. You just kneed me in the jaw and then went flying across the room. Did a little bit of damage. Can I run? Thank you, bitch. Proto Navi annoys me. I bet real Navi would also annoy me.
I've never actually played any Zelda games.
Yeah, me. Like, I played the original for short amounts of time. And the first sequel I played for short amounts. Not short amounts. Short amounts of time. Jump. Stop teleporting, motherfucker. I hate teleporting, motherfucker.
I know. Horribly annoying.
Stop using the lightning bolt.
Come on. Just throw daggers.
Elves and shit. Everybody got elves and shit. That's right, I just made showgirls.
It still seems like a very random movie for Paul Verhoeven to make. I mean, you got RoboCop, Total Recall, and then Showgirls. One of these is not like the other.
Was it a vanity project or chosen by the studio though? If it was chosen by the studio, it would make sense because studios don't think in terms of thought; they think in terms of money.
Well, there
Money
is
doesn't
that.
think very hard.
No, don't jump in the oil. I don't know why they call this.
Thank you for jumping into the fire, dumb bitch. Ah.
I think we may actually be fighting Prince. I just
I
realized.
have a feeling all of these spells could actually be found in the player's handbook if we tried. In terms of your question about fidelity to the source material.
Really?
Put me to sleep. He just used a sleep spell on me. That's a low-level spell. I just used oil on you. And what did I just do?
I don't have any idea.
I didn't even see what ring I had. I didn't know I had a ring. Chuck daggers at you. I have the power.
The power to defeat Prince.
Why gotta be Prince? Because he's black?
No, because he's purple. Both work.
Purple in a cartoon is because is the equivalent of black.
Well, they both work. And also he has a high-pitched voice. Why did I get... What is perfume? It doesn't say perfume, it's pure 2. And we can't go through that.
How is it spelled?
There's really just a bottle of liquid of some description.
How do they spell it?
I think we're almost to the end. Just gonna go through the Cthulhu door here. So I was right. You curs believe your pitiful powers are enough to overcome me. I did. Hey, you fools! The only reason you've got this far is that I may personally watch your last 9 moments of life.
Oh, we just hit the same button at the same time. We were basically just like, shut up.
He looks kind of like Skeletor. And these things just are kind of disconcerting. Why are we fighting a bunch of fat guys?
They're mud golems.
I know, but it looks like we're just fighting a bunch of fat guys right now, though. Sumo wrestlers. And who's ever heard of a mud golem before?
Mud is a type of earth.
Come on, throw.
Idea bit.
So, smart bomb.
Idea
What?
bit.
Is he just trying to grab? Never mind.
Might
Really?
be-
Oh, that's gotta hurt. Oh, that's.
Idea bit.
Oh, really?
Can they like stop standing underground? Thank you.
Bad touch.
Sonic says that's no good.
And I agree.
I like. For a second, I thought that the entire group shared 1 HP bar.
It's not easy.
Okay, there's 2 of them. If you're gonna stay off the screen, I'm using ranged weapons.
Really?
Idea bit.
That's just wrong. Dwarven intimacy. That was easy enough.
Stop padding out the game by changing the floor.
Well done, Neebs. You handled yourself well against my weak, inept minions. Now face the fury wrath Demonos. Lord of the night. With your defeat,
As he's holding liquor.
I'll drink a toast to your victories over broken bodies. Ah ha ha ha. Really, just get over here.
Anybody who has to levitate or levitate and teleport to go that short of a distance is obviously just trying to make you think they're more powerful than they really are.
Exactly. And in fact, they're just horribly, horribly out of shape.
And your minion used that same spell.
Welcome to the D&D world.
The dragon was probably tougher than this guy, because the dragon had like multiple health bars, but you couldn't even see.
Idea bit. Idea bit.
Sorry, that's the most frustrating part about fighting this guy, but one of us can fight the fucks, while the other one fights the real dude.
Exactly.
Idea bit.
Now, of course, he has to call his attacks. There's his DBZ.
I'm trying to jump, and I'm crouching instead.
I think you just have to hold. Really? Meteor attack? More quarters.
D&D world.
I'll try to focus on the minions, you try to focus on him.
Idea bit.
Another thing I hate about this fight is that for some reason everything dazes you. Things that would normally have no effect on you daze you.
It certainly seems that way. Stop being cheap. That annoyed my dwarven character so much that he had to yell out "Smart Bomb." And I was hitting him and nothing happened.
I think during certain attack animations you can't hurt him.
That's just
Which happens with a lot of bosses in video games.
especially beat 'em ups.
Yeah.
Idea bit. Idea bit.
At least I got 2 good hits on him. Of course, even though he used the anime dead spell, where are these corpses coming from?
Under the ground.
Yeah, but they're stone.
But there's mud beneath the stone.
Why wouldn't you have kept it with mud?
Yeah, you would kind of think that he would just keep summoning more golems while we were fighting, wouldn't you?
Oh no! I brought them in here. God damn it, stop using some of these spells.
Yeah, you stupid wizard. Why I gotta use spells? I can't fight like a fighter.
Please stop using
Now, if we could animate the dead, I would definitely be playing a sorcerer. I don't think we can do that shit.
That actually reminds me, there's either you or Mizio who in Magic the Gathering had like a giant army of the undead, like 50 tokens.
That would have been her. I had a swarm deck with all different types of tokens. She had a zombie deck and a vampire deck, each of which used lots of tokens. I had a token deck that used beasts, worms, vampires, saprolings, and other types of tokens all at once.
And it was actually pretty awesome though, the giant army of 50 zombies. Needless to say, I think we all lost that game.
Especially the time that she used the card and its flashback and then another copy of the card all in one turn. And just ended up with, yeah, like literally 50 zombies.
Damn.
And yeah, the other guys have come to take credit.
They always do in all these 4-player games.
Oh, back to the Hobbit. I am, as we speak, formulating in my mind a fan fiction as to why the Seventh Doctor became Radagast, and I think it works. It might involve the Rani doing experiments on the rabbits, which is why there are giant rabbits. I find it interesting. What did you think about Gandalf? Gandalf seemed like more like he was subservient to Elrond and Galadriel than anything else.
Yeah,
Kind of surprised me. I kind of thought he would be, he was of a higher species, of a powerful, rare order, that he would at least, I mean, you could argue they were on equal footing and he was just on their turf, but
yeah,
Galadriel was the most creepy.
He did definitely seem to be lower ranking, especially when Saruman showed up.
Right.
Like, he actually had to ask permission. I forget what he was asking permission to do, though, honestly.
I forget. I know Galadriel was commanding him and such, and Elrond was basically like, just don't upset the order of things.
So it's really hard to say. Gandalf was both really badass.
I would say he and Elrond came off as equals, but Galadriel and Saruman came off as being the bosses.
They really did, especially Saruman.
Which Saruman obviously is Gandalf's boss. Like, I remember Gandalf was sitting there, he was about to start arguing with Elrond, and Elrond is like, I'm not the one you have to answer to. He is.
And one final thing before we call this to a close. In that one scene we're discussing, both Gandalf and... Why were there 2 Legolosses there?
4 of them.
Wow.
We only played twice. And the one again. Oh, maybe it's a scorecard per level. Maybe that's the most we got on any single level.
Possibly.
But then why would us as separate be more than the one of... Or actually, the one by myself probably isn't saved on the emulator.
I don't know. But both Gandalf and Saruman had giant beards. Especially Saruman.
Yeah, that it kind of helped hide how old Christopher Lee looks now. If you notice, his entire face was hidden by beard.
That's true, and really, I can't remember that.
They both looked much older than they do 80 years later.
They really, really do. Maybe they age backwards or something. So anyway, final thoughts on the game.
It's all right. I would prefer Turtles in Time or AVP over this, but for a beat 'em up, it's not terrible. It's as good as any other beat 'em up I've gone to the arcade and played.
And I'd say it's an interesting game. It's probably by far, because I'm actually going to play the sequel at some point, but it's a pretty good D&D game, I'd say. I like it a bit more than Baldur's Gate, but that's only because I'm not very good at Baldur's Gate. And so it's time to sign off.
Man in Black out.